The time is coming when all the dead will hear his voice and come out of their graves. Those who have done good will rise and live. And those who have done evil will rise.
The Judgment. The judgment is the coming of the Christ in glory of his Father to judge people and to establish justice of God all over the world. And it is the great day of God who will reward good men to enter them within his immortal paradise, while he will punish evil people to enter them deadly abyss. And the judgment means condemnation of every human about what did he do in his whole life. It is the day of the joy of the righteous in the earth and the angels in the heavens, because justice, security, and peace spread in every part of the world, as it is mentioned in the Chronicles. Let the heavens rejoice, let the earth be glad. Let them say among the nations, the Lord reigns. Let the sea resound, and all that is in it. Let the fields be jubilant, and everything in them. Let the trees of the forest sing. Let them sing for the joy before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth. At the same time, it is the day of torment and punishment to those who stand against divine messengers in Christ's call with his selected followers. As that mentioned in David's psalm, "Arise, Lord, in your anger. Rise up against the rage of my enemies. Awake, my God, decree justice." Let the assembled people gather around you, while you sit enthroned over them on high. Let the Lord judge the people. Vindicate me, Lord, according to my righteousness. The judgment also regarded as the last event and the end point for the world of darkness, and the beginning point for light, peace, truth, and love world. It is the discrimination of Good Shepherd, followers, and ghosts, which refers to defeatists according to Christ's call. Gospel has mentioned, when the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world." Those scenes represents the first judgment, which will be followed by Christ's government on earth for 1,000 of years. Justice and luxury, as mentioned in Bible. I saw thrones on which were seated those who had been given authority to judge. And I saw the souls of those who had been beheaded because of their testimony about Jesus and because of the word of God. They had not worshipped the beast or its image and had not received its mark on their foreheads or their hands. They came to life and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. As for the devil, the enemy of prophets and saints, he will get hard suffering and convicted by heavy judgment, then thrown into the abyss till 1,000 of years should be over. As John said in his revelations, "And I saw an angel coming down out of the heaven, having the key to the abyss, and holding in his hand a great chain. He seized the dragon, the ancient serpent, who is the devil, or Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. He threw him into the abyss, and locked it and sealed it over him, to keep him from deceiving the nations anymore, until the 1,000 years were ended. After that, he must be set free for a short time. Besides, there will be a main rule for the 12 disciples of the returned Christ, in judgment with their Master, the Christ. So they will judge the world upon their mission focus of them in God's kingdom by side of the Christ, the Son of Man. It was said in the Bible by Jesus Christ himself, "Truly I tell you, At the renewal of all things, when the Son of Man sits on his glorious throne, you who have followed me will also sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. We wonder if most Christians all over the world will be surviving during the great day and rewarded by entering the immortal paradise in front of God's court, or the little people of them will withstand and succeed, passing difficult exams and great experiments.